1993 was a good year to be a computer game fan here in the UK. The Super Nintendo and Mega Drive were gaining momentum, and the Commodore and Atari's range of 16-bit computers, the Amiga and the ST, were causing all those memorable arguments in schoolyards up and down the country about who had the best system. The Super Nintendo had classic games such as Super Mario World, and in my opinion the best version of Street Fighter 2. The Mega Drive had fast-paced arcade action games such as Sonic the Hedgehog and Streets of Rage. However, the Amiga and the ST had killer apps of their own, and today we're going to be looking at one of them. Here is Noob Games' review of Cannon Fodder on the Amiga. Now then, I was an Amiga gamer back in the day and would swap discs with my friends. If you had the correct know-how and the correct software, you could amass a huge library of inverted commas backup games. However, Cannon Fodder was the one I had in a retail box. The game was developed by Sensible Software. It came after the release of Megalomania and Sensible Soccer. They wanted to stay strictly to a 6-man operation, designing games that were easy to pick up but hard to put down. Using this format, and under lead designer John Hare and programmer Jules Jameson, Cannon Fodder was released on the Amiga in December 1993. Arriving packaged on 3 discs, I remember multi-disc games. Anyway, this game was a military strategy and shoot 'em up game. You control up to 5 soldiers and kill enemies to progress to the next level. You move your army around using the mouse and click wherever you want to go. Right mouse fires, and the left-right combo fires any grenades or rocket you may have. To progress to the next level, you have to complete whatever challenges await you, usually eliminating all the enemies or destroy all the bases, or both. If you don't start off with any, you can collect grenades or rockets to use as you go through the levels, but watch out, if you shoot the crates or drums that these come in, if you stand too close, you're gonna die. Your army has the same energy as your enemies, i.e. one shot and you're dead. However, your enemies start off rather slow and easy to kill, but they soon rank up as the levels progress. They end up with bazookas and vehicles to drive to get to you. The game is split over 23 missions with sub-phases to complete, giving you a 72 level monster to deal with. They are set out over jungle, beaches and winter levels. They all have their own unique pitfalls. If you walk in the river for example, your troops move really slow and you can't fire, so it's best to check who's coming before you head in there. When you complete your mission, you go back to the main screen where you got told who has died in action and who are your heroes. You also see how many more troops you've got signed up for the next missions. They all line up alongside a hill full of the graves of your dead heroes. The longer you manage to keep them alive, the more elaborate the headstones. Mention Cannon Fodder to anybody from a certain age group and what they'll mention to you is the theme tune. This plays when you boot the game up, and here we go, here it is for you to now to relive it. This also gives you a rundown of the game's designers and unusual Sensible Soccer humour, some funny headshots. This game was mad in controversy when it was released, with some papers, the Daily Star being one of them, up in arms saying it glamorises war and makes fun of the sacrifice that people make. The designers stood by their game. They stood by the fact they gave the soldiers individual names and graves, as it shows that people die and their names mean they have not just been sacrificed. The producers then went on to say, "I'm only happy with this one because it makes you think, yes, people really die." The poppy symbol was supposed to adorn the box cover, but this was replaced so not to cause offence to the Royal British Legion. The game magazine Amiga Power became part of the controversy by using the poppy to promote the game. The episode that this was due to be released in was supposed to be released on Armistice Day. The magazine eventually apologised, and the Cannon Fodder box art upon release was different. Amiga Computing then reported that publicity they received from this was possibly the best advertising campaign Virgin Media could have hoped for. The game was eventually ported to various computers and consoles. For example, here's the box art for the Super Nintendo or even the CD32. However, in my opinion the Amiga version was the best. All the speech and graphics were there, and this was the format the game was designed for. The point and click mechanics work well and they fit the game nicely. If you haven't played this game, I'd recommend you pick it up because, like they say, war really has never been so much fun. Thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Noob Game Reviews.